Good morning, Divine Family. So today we are going to read the Murli dated on 27/11/1978. So the title of the Murli is Only Those Who Are Indifferent to Temporary Name and Fame Can Be Loved by Everyone. Baba says, those who are indifferent to temporary name and fame can be loved by everyone. अल्पकाल के नाम और मान से न्यारे ही सर्व के प्यारे बन सकते हैं. In this movie, Baba is talking about mainly finishing the desires, right? Finish your desires, your good. Baba says, the good actions will be finished. So we have to finish the desires, right? And इच्छा कर्म को समाप्त करते हैं. Baba says in this. Therefore, become ignorant of desires. So we have to become ichha matram avidya. And then Baba says, give the return. So we have been hearing a lot from Baba. And so we have to give some return to Baba. That, by becoming a perfect image, same as the Father. And then Baba says there are many souls, waiting, some desperate souls in the world who are going through a lot of sufferings, and basically they're desperate souls. So when we become perfect, right, that's when we will be able to grant them visions, and in a way we will be able to finish their sorrow. So Baba says now they're experiencing a lot of sorrow and peacelessness, and that too it is in its extreme stage right now. So while I was reading this Murli, I was like getting a feeling inside that in a way Baba is trying to say that, it is, I am also to some extent responsible for the sorrow and peacelessness of this world, because I have not become perfect image yet, that which Baba wants me to become. Who can grant visions, finish their waiting, Then Baba finally says that, you are the Salvation Army who would do the, would end the difficulties of everyone. So without further delay, let's get started. Okay. So the title of the Murli is Only Those Who Are indifferent to temporary name and fame can be loved by everyone. Today, Bapdada has especially come to celebrate a meeting with the children. Baba has come to just to celebrate a meeting with the children. Just as you children are constant yogis, that is, you are constantly observed in love for the Father. Observed, constantly observed, Baba says. Yogi souls, they are constantly observed in love for the Father, the ocean of love. So too, the Father, out of love for you children, also constantly sings praise of you. Bapdada is also constantly singing praise of the children, those who are observed in love, constant yogis. Bapdada has a portrait of every child. Baba says he has a portrait of every child, showing their garlands of virtues in divine activities. So that shows their, the virtues in divine activities. Bapdada constantly has in front of him a huge and beautiful temple, or you could call it an art gallery of you living statues. Wow, just take a moment to visualize that, we are, Baba seeing us in a beautiful temple, right? And, or we can also say that Baba says it's an art gallery of living statues. Just see yourself in that beautiful temple or in the art gallery. There are many living statues in there, in the subtle world with Baba, and Baba comes every day to garland us with virtues and divinity, right? With Baba. And then Baba continues to say, the Father constantly continues to look at each one's portrait and garland. Every day, Baba continues to look at each one's portrait and garland them. The garlands of some are long and the garlands of others are short. Baba says, for some it's long and whereas others it's short. All of you only have to remember the one Father. Whereas Baptata has to remember all of your children. In a way, for us, Baba says, it is easy for us. We only have to remember one Father. Whereas Baba, will have to remember every child. So in that way, Baba is, it's more effort for Baba to remember each child. Now Baba says, he cannot forget even one of you. If he were to forget anyone, he would have to wear the garland of complaints. So Baba cannot forget anyone, because if Baba forgets anyone, then there will be complaints coming up. So Baba will have to remember everyone. You children garland Baba with a garland of complaints, whereas the Father garlands you children with the garland of victory. So Baba says, we garland Baba with garlands of complaints, and the Father garlands us, right? Children with the garland of victory. Children are very clever. You are clever in seeking help, but you are number-wise in maintaining courage. We are very clever in seeking Baba's support, help, and all that. But number-wise in maintaining courage, it says Baba. You have heard a lot. You have heard a lot. So what remains to be done now? You have already heard a lot. So what remains to be done now? We simply have to keep on having these meetings, right? The meeting of this time, right? The meeting of this time make you experience your perfect stage. Therefore, constantly celebrate this meeting. Give the return. Now Baba says, therefore constantly celebrate this meeting. Now Baba says, give the return of what you have heard by becoming perfect images. We have been hearing a lot from Baba. Now it's time to give the return, okay, of what we have heard by becoming perfect images. And then Baba says that, right, the same as the Father. Finish the waiting of all the desperate souls. How can we do that? Finish the waiting of all desperate souls. Become perfect images that grant visions and grant them visions. So we have to become, in order to grant them visions, we have to become perfect images. Only then we can grant visions. So this is what Baba expects from us. This is the return that which Baba wants us to give, right? Now, the experience of sorrow and peacelessness is going into the extreme. Baba says the sorrow and peacelessness in the world is going to its extreme stage. With your final stage, now carry out the task of finishing that with utmost intensity. Baba says we need to become that and finish all this, right? So for that, we need to intensify our effort, right? To come stabilizing that stage, right? And then Baba continued to say here, stabilize in the stage of a master creator. Stabilize in the stage of a master creator and put an end to your creation's difficulties of unlimited sorrow and peacelessness. So take a moment to stabilize yourself in this master creator stage and put an end to your creation's difficulties of, sorrow and peacelessness. Just take a moment to do that. Baba continued to say that play the part of a remover of sorrow and bestower of happiness. The part remover of sorrow and bestower of happiness. We know this phrases of Shiv Baba's. Now Baba says, we have to become this, become a remover of sorrow and bestower of happiness. Bless your creation with the great donation of your treasures of peace and happiness. Bless your creation with a great donation of your treasure of peace and happiness. We have been experiencing, or we have accumulated this treasure a lot within us over the period of this journey, right? So, now it's time to give it to other souls. Are all you able to hear the call of your creation? Baba is asking, are you able to hear the call of your creation, or are you still busy in just seeing and hearing your own life story? We have been hearing our life stories, right, in the Murlis every day. So Baba is asking, are you still busy in just seeing and hearing, right, your own life story? You have become a Trigal Darshi who knows the story of your own karma. Have you not? So now perform every act for the benefit of other souls. So now perform every act for the benefit of other souls. Don't speak too much of your own life story, saying, now Baba says, don't speak too much, okay, of your life story, saying, pay attention to me, listen to me, spend some time in resolving my problems. Now become those who resolve the problems of many others. Now become what? Become those who resolve the problems of many others. Understand the philosophy of karma of each one and grant them liberation and salvation. Understand the philosophy of karma and grant each one liberation and salvation. Don't accept, now Baba says, don't accept facilities. Don't accept facilities, but become the bestower and bestower. Become.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you please say that again?
Sorry. Baba says, don't accept facilities, become a bestower and bestow. Varadada. Dada, Varadada, right? Bestower and bestow. By accepting some type of support of any type of service or facility for yourself, by accepting some type of support of any type of service or facility for yourself, you can experience temporary self-progress or success in service by accepting the facilities, Baba says. Temporary self-progress and success will experience. However, through that you would be great today, but you would thirst for that that greatness tomorrow. Maybe the facilities, everything may not be available tomorrow. So, if we become so dependent on these, right? So there's going to be a difficulty making progress in the future, right? So, however, through that, you would be a great today, but you would thirst for that greatness tomorrow. You would constantly want some attainment. You would want some name or fame, and through that, you won't be able to become ignorant of desires. Ignorant of desires. The Father is beyond name and form. Now, Baba says, Father is beyond name and form, right? And the greatest praise is therefore of Him, right? Similarly, right? So Baba says the greatest praise is therefore of Him, right? He is beyond name and form, right? Similarly, when you become indifferent to temporary name and fame, you will automatically be loved by everyone all the time. So Baba says you have to renounce all this name and form, that ichcha, right? Renounce even the slightest trace of begging for name and fame. Only such renunciate souls can become bestowers of fortune for the world. So only those who become that renunciates, no? Those who have that renunciation attitude, only they can become, right, bestower of fortune and bestower of fortune for the world. They will not have any desire there. So their service will also grow to that extent, unlimited, from limited to unlimited. You have a great practice of eating the fruit of karma. Now, Baba says that's the karma philosophy. You have a greater practice of eating the fruit of karma, and you therefore eat unripe fruit. When you accept the name and fame, that means you are eating the fruit, unripe fruit. You don't allow it to accumulate. That means you don't let the fruit to ripe. You don't allow it to accumulate. That is, you don't allow it to ripen. What happens when you eat unripe fruit? What happens when you eat unripe fruit? There is some type of fluctuation, right? The fruit doesn't taste good, right? So there's some type of fluctuation. In the same way, your stage is disturbed. The fruit of your karma will ultimately come to you in its perfect form. The fruit of karma will definitely come. That's what Baba says. The fruit of your karma will automatically come to you in its perfect form. So we don't need to really anticipate for this, or just need to perform our action, right? The result will come. So expecting name and form means we are eating the fruit, unripe fruit. So therefore we come into disturbance and fluctuation and so on. The perfect fruit of one elevated action will come to you in the form of one full hundredfold. But you should be ignorant of any temporary desires. So when it comes in full hundredfold, 100. One full hundredfold, Baba says, it comes multiplied, so the return is more. But when we expect for temporary name and fame, we might get all that, but it is just limited. It is just like we are eating all the accumulated fruit. So we don't carry much to the new world. Okay, so here, and then Baba continued to say, when you renounce something, fortune automatically follows. So you renounce something, fortune automatically follows. Desire finishes your good action. Very lovely line. Desire finishes your good action, though children might be doing good actions, right? Good karmas, but when they have this desire, right, that finishes. or that eats up their our accumulations. Therefore, become totally ignorant of desire. Ichya matrama vidya. Therefore, become totally ignorant of desire. Let let there be total ignorance of even that knowledge, right? That is what is Ichya matrama vidya. Right? Let there be total ignorance of even that knowledge. You are a great embodiment of knowledge, but don't become one who knows that subject too much. This should happen. I did this. I should receive this. Don't consider this to be justice. There should be some justice for me. Where else can one receive justice if there is no justice in God's home? Never become someone who asks for justice in this way. Someone who asks for anything in any way will never experience the self to be fully satisfied. Right? When somebody is asking for it, and no matter you give, right? When somebody is expecting respect or regard, right? Expecting regard, and no matter how much regard you give, right? He may not be satisfied with that because he's expecting it. So you can't fulfill that when somebody is expecting. So therefore, become a soul who is constantly full and satisfied with all attainments. So therefore, become a soul who is constantly full and satisfied. Full and satisfied. Then there is no complaints. The slogan of Brahmin life is no wealth is lacking in the treasure store of a master almighty authority. So this is the slogan of Brahmin soul. Constantly keep this slogan in your awareness. Now, together with this deep knowledge, let there be deep transformation. Do you find this difficult? Do you find this difficult? Notice is asking, do you find this difficult? You are the salvation army who makes all the difficulties of others easy. So we supposed to make others' difficulty easy. And we should not come in the difficulty situation or stage. So Baba says, you are the salvation army who makes all the difficulties of others easy. Acha? Baba says, now Baba is giving Yadgar to those who are great, constantly donors, right? Mahadan, constantly donors, great, constantly donors, and bestows a blessing to those who are ignorant of temporary desires, to the renunciates who renounce everything for the self and become bestowers of fortune for others, to those who constantly remain full and content, to those who ease the difficulties of others, to such great souls who are equal to the Father, Bhaktadas, love, remembrance, and namaste. Or from us children also, love, remembrance, and namaste to the most beloved Bhaktada. So this is the first half of the Murli. So let's read the second half tomorrow. Let's take a minute of silence and reflect on the points that which touched our heart. And then we can unmute and share. Let's take a minute of silence. So free to unmute and share the points you liked, the points you would like to practice throughout the day? Who would like to go first? So many things Baba said in this Murli about the karma philosophy of how, when we have the desire for the name and fame, right? When we do something, and that actually eats up all our accumulated treasures, and that will not allow us to, it's like we are eating the unripe fruit, and that's when children come in disturbance or fluctuation. So Baba says, don't eat or don't finish your good actions here itself. So the result of your good actions here itself. So we have to accumulate.
Yes, Vijit Bhaji, may I share now because I have
Yeah.
to go somewhere for the bhatti. Om
Sure, sure.
Shanti. So that's yes, this Murli is actually in a way we can say checking methodology for our own checking that, like sometimes we often we ask Baba, please do this for me or for us and all that, and we forget that we are the master creator, and being a master creator and master bestower, we are supposed to solve others problems, sorrows, and obstacles. So that stage, Baba is looking at us that instead of asking, we need to experience all attainments with at this confluence age and start giving. The earlier the better, the sooner the better. So that's what Baba is saying. And second part is that how much we are renouncing is creating our fortune and greatness forever, entire cult. It will whatever we renounce right now. Renounce means in the subtle manner that no even the desire of for my own self is to be renounced. I minus I or me and minus that. So, once we renounce this, then automatically pure feelings will be there for everyone. Because what is the barrier in giving pure feelings for everyone is this I and minus, I and me. That what is there for me in that that Baba says limited na manchan. So once we experience all attainments, then that me and I-ness and that will not come. That will vanish. So that's the checking point. Om Shanti.
Yeah, thank you, God, for sharing that. Yeah. So you have to you have to renounce. We should not accept anything.
Yeah, it's a
Name,
deep
fame.
insight.
Yeah,
Deep cleaning we say, na, when we do deep cleaning of house and all that. This is a
yeah,
deep cleaning we have to do on the mind, intellect.
right,
Too. Deep cleaning are needed. Om
right.
Shanti.
Function. Thank you. So a lot of checking requires insight to do that, and so renouncing something is not that easy. So especially the name and form, right? So when you do some good action, of course, people are going to appreciate you for doing that. But inside, keeping a stabilized mind that it is the Parankaravan or Baba who's using me. I am his, servant, or I am just an instrument Baba's using to stabilizing that consciousness, right? That's really some effort is really required there. So the moment you accept all the praise and or the action that we have done, right? So it is me who has done it. When we think inside that, there we are not accumulating, we are losing everything. So that's what Baba says. So actually we have to renounce. So that's where we will eat the dry fruit. That's where it will get accumulated. I think Mama was the best example there. So Mama never used to um, say anything about the service that Mama did. So I think this was, anyone else would like to share? Go ahead,
Om
Kirchana. Yeah.
Shanti, Vijay Bhai.
Om Shanti.
That first thing, I still am visualizing what is that gallery. And every time Baba, whenever he speaks about that, I have your pictures, I have a big TV, I can see you always 24/7. I used to visualize which part of the subtle world, where does Baba see all that, that gallery of our living statues. Earlier, I remember when I came to the Gyan, I was always told you can go to the subtle world and you can open the wardrobe. Your name will be written with subtle costume with my name. I can take that costume, I can wear it, and I can roam in the world. I remember all those kind of entertainment used to be given to us in our early days of Gyan. But this, I wonder, how does Baba look at that gallery? And when he says, and secondly, he says, I don't forget even one of you, not even one of you. So even that energy, I used to think, how billions of souls and this one energy. So now here, when you say gallery, I took it to be as Brahma Baba. How
Right.
can he not forget? That's one more wonder. Sometimes I just used to get wonder. But coming to the hard core of the Murli, there's only one thing: no desire. As I've already shared in the chat box, desire finishes good actions. If
Yeah.
I ask for anything, if I ask for justice, if I keep reading out my own story, if I keeping out reading, I am like this, I am like that, I should get praise. Baba said, you're very, very far away. Your stage is not going to become perfect. So that I should not even think the word, like, I like that Hindi word, Icha Matram Avigya. Even the word desire should not be there. I think that's the main part in the Murli, which I can check. What did I ask Baba today? Wow. Is there anything I asked him? Was there a deal between me and Baba? Okay, Baba, I will do that. Will you do this for me? I think I would like to check the deal. And I like this definition also of a master creator. That's very nice. Who can become a creator? The one, like, I know there are people are going to be very disturbed, very distressed and all, and how I have to be. So what is that definition of master creator? And that call, yesterday he said call of time. And now he's talking call of creations, call of creations. I think these are a few points from the Murli. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Kirjaban, for summarizing the whole thing. Yeah, gallery. I like that gallery, art gallery, that which Baba maintains in the settled region, right? We don't know where it is, but I think when we become powerful enough and when we can stabilize ourselves in the settled region, then when we go for a walk, right, with Baba, then Baba might show us where is that, and we can probably look at our own statue, the living statue there. Very nice. And yes, the forget one, right? Baba says Baba doesn't forget any of us, right? It is, in a way, if we look at in Laukik life also, right? Though some parents might have 10 or 12 children, right? They may not forget any of them. Yes, whoever takes charge of the family or whoever is loving the parents most and taking care of the family, they might be loved more and cared more, but yet everyone in the family is always looked after, right? Or parents remember them. At least by end of the day, parents would take account of all the children and then see who was missing and was not come, was not eaten and all that. So similarly, Baba being our eternal parent is saying that you cannot forget any of us, which is actually a very intoxicating sentence. Right? It's good to know that each one of us is remembered. Yeah.
But Bajit Pai, see, Baba is saying, don't ask for name of him. See, I'm just trying to be, but today's world, you see, whether it's a BK or whether it's a BK sister or whether it's a BK course speaker, every one of them, I find, according to, see, this is just my observation, definitely they look for some recognition somewhere. Either the senior sister should say, oh, well done, well done. Or they definitely, there is some expecting, did I do a good job? Was everything okay? Not knowing the one who's sitting up is actually going to check you out and give you marks. But don't you think it is still there everywhere, whether it's a BK family or whether anyone, leave alone the dadis. I think leaving alone all those peak people, still there are, we do expect some kind of recognition, somebody giving a good nod, good job, good job. Don't we look for that? Baba saying even that is wrong.
Yes. In a way, you rightly said, children supposed to reveal the father, but as we can see in YouTube channels and everywhere, children trying to reveal themselves instead of revealing the father. So the expectation is there in everyone. If you look at it, yeah. So when somebody is praising you or say that you have done a wonderful job, so it is naturally you feel good about it, right? So but I think what Baba want us to think inside is, Baba used us, though you can probably, it's a good feeling, isn't it, inside that? So if we experience that good feeling, I don't know, does it mean that I am enjoying the praise of someone there, or instead I should feel proud that Baba used me for a good service. So we have to be thankful to Baba. Baba, thank you for using me in this particular service. I'm so happy that you have used me. So inside that, I think Baba might be expecting that us to maintain that sort of a thought inside. So that anyone else would like to give a clarity there or share some
Om
thoughts?
Shanti.
Yeah, go ahead, Sanjay. Thank you.
Actually, when Baba talks about this, that who gets the real, real pat for the thing which has happened, that is the seva, good seva. We have to remember always that we are not karta. This remembrance that I am not karta. In Hindi grammar, we have learned karta ne karam ko karan se. Karta, that is Baba. Karam, whatever karam is done by we Karan, we are Karan. So whatever that is made done by Karan is done by Karta. So Baba is called Karan, Karavan, Har. That means whatsoever Karam is done by us is done by that Karavan Har Baba. So that should be very, very clear. If that is clear, that thing never happens. So what happens? So whosoever gives that, oh, wonderful seva, we must thank to Baba. Baba, oh, great, you have done a really wonderful service. We are not doing that service. Sometimes we say that, okay, Baba has used us very wonderfully. Again, that ahankar comes. Baba, why Baba has used me? Why Baba has not used him? So that should be very, very clear. Karan Karavan Har is Baba. So whatsoever credit, that goes only and only to Baba. If we think only 1% credit comes to us, then again the ahankar factor comes. Okay, that was the really what I thought for the clarification of that. Another thing came while in discussion, that desires, no desire should be there. Generally, we think like that. And we say, Ichha matram avidya. See, when Baba talks about no desire, he means to say that no desire of worldly things. Now, all godly desires, suppose we are having godly desires that yes, we will do Purusharth, come on, do it. Now, all godly desires, that is Purusharth, has to be put into actions and make it a reality so that no desire is there after Sangam Yoga, that something remains to be fulfilled. We have to put our 100% so that after Sangam Yoga, you should be in a state that Ichha Matram Avidya. Now we can do Ichha that yes, we have to do more Purusharth, we have to make plannings, we have to do more Purusharth. That Ichha is not bad. Baba never talks about that no desire of having good Purusharth, no desire of elevating yourself. Baba never talks about that. Baba talks that utilize each and every second of the Sangam Yoga, utilize all the knowledge and become embodiment of knowledge. If you have desire to become embodiment of Baba's knowledge, this is the best thing. And Baba only wants us to make it a reality so that after Sangam Yoga, I should not repent that I have not fulfilled this this desire. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Sanjay, for sharing that. Right. Baba is the Ravan, the one who, act through others. So we have to be thankful to Baba for using us. So, that's a practice. So the more we do that, right? I think that sanskar will instill within us, and that will eventually become a natural nature. See, I think that is what the final stage also, right? The karmadit stage. So the beyond the stage of action. So that comes with that practice, I guess, if you look at it. Right? There are many things. See, if you take a car, right? So when the driver drives the car, only then the car is coming into action. The car doesn't have any consciousness by its own that it is me who's driving, or I can do this and all that. It's the driver whose efficiency to drive the car, however they want, what speed, what adventurous road and whatever. So it is his ability there. So similarly, the driver is Baba here, and he's the one who's using us. So we have to forget that consciousness of I there. So that's the effort. It's very subtle. The line is very subtle, very, very subtle. And one gets there with practice, I guess, with thorough knowledge, deep knowledge.
But
Okay, yeah.
But what I still feel, like even though that brother was sharing, see, when Baba says, see, the call of time, don't look at the clock, look at what you're doing. That's why they say from time conscious, shift to action conscious. But in the call of creation, he's saying you are not supposed to hear yourself, hear your voice, hear everything. But I have to look at myself. I have to see, am I okay? Do I need some chiseling? So maybe not for name or fame, but it's suppose I just get to know from my seniors or from others, how was I? Can that come under the word name and fame? So I really want to know how I am doing. So there is an expectation. See, now you're talking to me, you would like to know how was the session? And if someone says, yeah, it was good, a kind of something lightness to yourself is there. So even that progeny Baba is saying you should not have, which was what I was just churning.
Right. Yeah. So that is what it is, very subtle. That line is very subtle. So unless we do the thorough checking, it's very difficult to understand whether I crossed that line or not. So that's where
I would like to
yeah.
add here. See, when Baba talks about that, And what we have to check ourselves. Baba has said it very clearly. In Lokik, when you have to check your face, you see the darpan. But in this Sukshma, you want to check yourself. That means checking yourself, that what type of soul you are. You have to check Gyan Darpan. And we need not think that what we have become, what we have become. Baba has said very clearly, I am here the master. I am your creator. I am creating you. Allow me to create, allow me to adorn you as I want. Just allow Baba to do what he wants. Just do the things what he says. I am telling it blindly, really blindly. Do it blindly. Bhakts have done it blindly. And now when Baba has come, do it blindly. Have faith on him that what Baba will do will be Kalyankari, Kalyankari and Kalyankari. We have to be of that view. Then nothing will happen. And what we will become what Baba wants us to become, Devi Devata. Om Shanti.
Right. So, thank you all for wonderful sharing. So I think with the interest of time, let's move on to meditation. So before that, I'll very quickly read some of the chat. Perform, Shah sister says, perform every act for benefit of other souls. And Girijaben says, desire finishes good action. So Dada asks, what is it you ask for when you have everything? What justice you need, children, need knowledge and transformation, keep your stage perfect. And then Sanjay Bhai says, stage will be good as for soul consciously for self-transformation, world transformation, A for adorn with divine virtues, G for Gyan Swarup, Gyan Mukti, E for embodiment of Baba's knowledge. And then Girjaben says again, I am salvation army, nothing is difficult. And then Sanjay Bhai says, when Baba talks about no desire, he means to no desire of worldly things. No, now all godly desires, Purusharth has to be put into action and make it a reality, so that no desire is there after Sangam Yuga, that something remains to be fulfilled. And Radhamani sister say, don't accept facilities, but become bestower of bestow. Don't eat undried fruit. We are Salvation Army. Yes, of course, we are Salvation Army. So we are responsible for others' well-being, to end the difficulties of others. So with that, let's move towards meditation. Let us take a moment to stabilize ourselves in a point, right? As Father is a point, so the child is also a point, right? I am a point of light, a special child of the Almighty Authority, who's constantly observed in love of the one Father, none other, the ocean of love. Baba, the Almighty Authority, is seeing me in his beautiful temple, an art gallery of children. And Baba comes to garland me every day. Garlands of victory. Become perfect image. Same as the Father. and grant visions to all the desperate souls. And stabilizing in this stage of master, creator, and putting an end to the difficulties of all souls who are experiencing sorrow and restlessness in this world. I am a remover of sorrow, bestower of happiness. And grant blessings to all the desperate souls. The treasure of peace and happiness that I've received from the Almighty. I find myself in that stage for a while. Shanti. Thank you. Thank you, Divine Family. Thank you all for joining the session. So we shall meet again at 5 in the tomorrow. Until then, you all have a wonderful day ahead. Om Shanti.